Y'all, we back. Episode, what is it, 4? We are back. No, episode 3. I can't keep up. But listen, on this episode, my absolute male best friend, Corey, aka Big Suge, him and I, we just explore who he is, what's going on, and like what brought him to be. And I couldn't be more excited to do this episode with him. I'm super, super, super happy and excited that you all be able to experience, who he is as a person and just being a good individual. And like, you'll understand why it makes sense as to why I call him like my best friend. So I'm so happy you're tuning in. Thank you. Shout out to Tori. Again, this is my master artist on my cover art, and I hope you like it because this was needed. You good?
Always.
Why you rubbing your eye? You tired?
My itch. I got a fucking itch.
Best friend.
What's up?
We're supposed to be serious. This is our episode.
I am serious.
This is what the people been waiting for. Low key.
They waiting on the video with it too.
You think we should have done a video?
There's more episodes.
There will be more. You ain't got no choice for real.
So I can put my tie on, my t-shirt.
And see, this is why we ain't do a video. A tie with a t-shirt?
Yeah.
And a hat.
If the fans want it, yeah. If the subscribers. I definitely put a tie and hat, glasses.
Let's just kick it off then. This ain't gonna be no. Why you look at me like that?
I'm just listening.
Y'all should see the look he just gave me.
What? This is a relaxed look. I'm relaxed.
Are you relaxed? You need some water?
Mm-mm.
You sure?
I don't even think I can handle nothing else.
You ate?
Too much. Too much.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna be here with my little Prosecco and we'll vibe out.
Most definitely.
Sound good?
Yo.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, welcome to the best friend episode of
What's
This
that
Was Needed.
Be here.
Finally.
Long time. And you're put on the back burner.
He's lying. You want to talk about it?
No.
No. Forget the great cause. You want to talk about it?
There ain't nothing to talk about.
It's a lot to talk about.
I'm here for it.
Here for what?
The talk.
The real shit?
Yo,
Or
you know I love the real talks.
nah, you be on some bullshit. But you got away with words, but so do I, so.
Oh, I speak straight facts. That's it. There ain't no bullshit.
Is that what you do?
I think some people don't like to hear it though.
Why you look at me when you said it?
We're having an interaction. That's all. And some people want to turn the real shit into bullshit.
Well, we always gonna run into those types of people, so it is what it is with them.
Most definitely.
And don't even look at me when you start saying your shady shit. Next time at me.
I
Who
ain't say
underscore is
nothing.
underscore Danica.
If I got something to direct it, I don't have a problem with it. I'm here.
Yeah, so you say.
I don't run from conversation. I love to have the hard conversations.
Do you?
I do.
You feel like you want to have one with me?
Anybody who wants one, I feel it's very much needed in today's society.
And with that, welcome to This Was Needed.
Do I have to clap too? Hold on.
Oh, hold on. Let me add it. No, that's the laugh. That's a laugh. Never mind. That's a blooper, by the way. We'll edit that out. 3, 2, 1. With that, welcome to This Was Needed with your host, Danica, and my very, 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 very special guest, my best friend, Corey.
What's up with it?
Big Suge.
I thought you was finna say your special friend like a slow person. You recovered well. I appreciate it.
I wasn't going to say that. All right, we got to get through this. We got to get through this.
We here.
We got to get through it.
It's a natural, moment.
We got to get through it without you making jokes because I laugh at everything you say.
I apologize.
No need to. Keep it coming.
All right.
Let's get into it. Who's Corey? Who's Big Suge? Are they two different people?
Essentially, no. Corey's just a young black man, made it successful out the streets of Dayton, Ohio. A proud father.
Hey, Tori.
That's my baby.
That's my girl.
Just trying to make an impact on the black men in our society today at all costs.
And what that look like for you?
Very positive, man. Coming from the streets and being in a place that I never thought I would be. Have a big, I don't even want to say a fan base, a following base of people that I've been blessed with in my life.
Yeah.
13 different schools growing up.
13?
Yes.
Why?
Corey was bad. For some, I was bad.
So if y'all know Corey's a badass kid. A big badass kid.
Some of it was environment, and it just wasn't, the best for me from my mom. So
shout out Miss D.
Mom Dukes was happening.
That's my girl.
So it was just a combination of things, But everywhere I went, I just had this light that God placed over me to have people, that gravitated towards me. And
yeah,
that's literally everywhere I went. And then even the same joining the Navy, joined in 07. And every duty station I've been at has been the same. It's just a blessing from God. So I try to use that as inspiration for other black men coming out of the same struggle, same lifestyle that I did.
So why the Navy?
That was the quickest way for me to get out of what I was consumed in.
Well, I'm not going to ask you what she was consumed in because,
just street life,
statutes of limitations.
It's just street life stuff, man.
No,
wrong people, wrong places, wrong time. Now, it was bad, but I wasn't like how can I word it?
Go ahead.
I wasn't like down the lines of like dealing with the law a lot.
Okay, well, that's always good.
So my stuff was just interactions with people.
Yeah. So with you staying in the Navy and doing the Navy thing, how long now?
18 years and a month.
Damn. How you feel?
Amazing, man. It's bittersweet moments. Having my daughter away from me has been the hardest thing. But it put me in a place to do what I needed to do for her as a father. So it's truly a blessing. It didn't affect our bond. She's very close to me. Like a lot of people when I go home are like, you can't tell you wasn't even in the Navy.
Really? Based on how y'all
we are together with each other.
Gotcha.
The true daddy's girl, for real.
Oh, hey Tori. That's my girl.
She'd go crazy over her dad.
She really would. Like crash out.
Can't wait till she come out here.
I can't wait.
She's gonna be turned up.
It's gonna be a good time.
Bahrain, be ready. It's gonna be a movie.
I think the whole area just need to be ready.
Yeah. Camera, big videography.
Yeah.
Photography. She's at it. She's ready for it.
You got all that planned?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, best friend.
Well, if she see you out here, man, cell phone is out. Be ready to do some dances and goofy shit on the video.
I stay ready.
Yes, indeed.
I stay ready.
We'll see.
So who else? Well, not even who else. What else should we know about Corey?
Man, I'm just a person that wants to spread love in the world.
Yeah.
I want everybody to be happy around me. I only give so much energy to it, if it's not reciprocated. God got other things for you. See you on your way.
So can we get personal?
Of course.
So I know you. According to your words, I know. They don't know. It's for the podcast.
Man, it's for the podcast, man.
So I'm so proud of you. Your newfound sobriety.
Yes.
What I know the what and I know the why. You don't have to share it.
I'm cool with it. I'm open book.
Are you? Okay. So you want to tell the people what brought it about and what keeps you going to stay sober?
Man, it's crazy. Oh, my great aunt, I probably had to be 13, 14. She, back in the day, would sip Tanqueray gin.
Gin?
Yep.
Oh,
straight on the rocks.
Hell no.
So I'm chilling there. I'm like, Auntie, I want to she used to let me sip the last little bit of it on the rocks. It tastes like water a little bit, but it had a little hit of something behind it.
Yeah.
And I think just being the baby of the family, man, I was like, dang, what I'm saying? My aunt be turned. And I started to partake in drinking. Now, I'm not saying I was like at that age buying or nothing, but being around, I'd be like, I just want a little sip, get a last little corner. I was just the happiest kid on earth.
Yeah.
off the porch with it, 16, 17 with my oldest brother.
Mm-hmm.
He'd have little parties and stuff.
Yeah.
I have a little quarter glass or something. Feel like I was doing something every blue moon,
Mm-hmm.
After I graduated in 05, though, took off running with the bottle.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Out with all my friends, house parties and parties that my brother was DJing at, my middle brother.
Yeah. You're the baby.
Yes.
Okay.
Man, I was just going crazy. I had fun with it. I was always responsible. Never was wild, crazy, belligerent. And it just stuck with me through my whole military career up until January this past year,
and that's
2025.
The drinking?
Yeah. I used to smoke. I think I started smoking probably like 8th grade. I started smoking blacks.
Oh,
no.
Lord.
Yeah, 8th grade. 7th, 8th grade.
Mm-hmm.
And then that went through till about 09.
Yeah.
I take that back, 2011. So middle school up until I joined the Navy, blacks to my early part of the Navy.
Mm-hmm.
And then
you ever smoke them things?
what's them things? Extended battery, yeah.
Listen, y'all, embarrassing. Power done cut out, battery cut, dead, died, and all that. But he said he was smoking blacks, and I had to ask him if he was smoking them things.
Smoking them bogeys. For y'all that don't know about bogeys, man, it's Newports. Newports, yeah, I was on it.
You was on it.
And 07, I started smoking Newports in 07.
And
so middle school up through 07.
Mm-hmm.
So like 98-ish, 99, 07.
okay.
I was on blacks.
Yo, sidebar. Isn't talking about the 90s and knowing like the 90s was just like the other day. Don't that shit freak you out a little bit? Like,
I ain't gonna say the other day. They don't seem
well,
like
for me,
was,
it seemed like it was the other day.
Yeah, shit, Mr. Picasso. They got your time slowed up or something.
First of all, not too much on my Prosecco.
Because I'm trying to tell you, 99 seemed like it was 30 years ago or something. It was.
In 4 more years, it'll be 30 years ago. Ain't that crazy? But anyway, so you were smoking them things.
Yeah, then 2011, I started deployment in January.
Mm-hmm.
I woke up one day and I was just like, you know what? I don't want to do this no more.
Yeah.
I went to the berthing, grabbed 2 cartons of Newports out my rack, crushed them and threw them over the side of the ship, and I ain't touched a cigarette or black since.
Really?
Can't stand them. Can't stand the smell of smoke. None of it.
So no more.
No more bogeys. How you done for?
I'm proud of you.
So with that, and even then, when I was drinking in, I could smoke a pack of Newports in one night.
One night?
Easy.
How many come in a pack?
20.
And you would smoke 20 bogeys, cigarettes.
Usually in that type of setting, drinking like that, it was at least 2 of us. But yeah, we both would kill a
20.
pack, and you can even start on the second pack. Yeah, in the night. Alcohol, something about drinking that makes you smoke back to back.
All right, we ain't gonna focus on that. But damn.
So yeah,
that's real.
Stuck with the drinking though. And I was just known to turn up and have a good time off the alcohol and be like the shot king. It was a thing that
I
who
met
could
him
drink
as
the
the
most
shot
shots.
king.
And
I met him as the shot king, y'all.
Till this day, I still ain't been put down by nobody. Still standing tall.
I feel like, so you saying all right, I physically,
Yes.
I'm 5'10".
Mm-hmm.
You are 6'.
3.5. Halves matter.
6'4". He's 6'4". I'm 5'10". When I put my mind to it and I want to drink and I want to get whatever fucked up type of way, I could drink.
You can.
But the problem with me is I get emotional.
I'd
be ready to cry.
Alcohol's a depressant. So yeah.
It is. Are you judging me right now?
No, I'm just saying for people that do drink, a lot of people don't think about what alcohol is or what it does to you.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes you more of an emotional person, and most of us go through things in life. And once you put that bottle to your lips, you like it's something to coat it. Mm-hmm. It actually brings it out more.
You know, it's crazy you say that, and it's real. And I'm gonna be real with you a little bit more than I have been, because you know me a lot a little too deep, but you know me. And honestly, I came to the conclusion that I think I was using alcohol as a coping mechanism once upon a time here, not too long ago.
Most people do.
Yeah.
What I was doing as well.
Yeah, because you already know what I went through and what I, dealt with.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, how can we mask and blind all the feelings that I need to go through and, carry on through the smiling, happy Danica that everybody knows. But meanwhile, Corey could say, "You a good best friend?" And I'm like, "Oh my God, best friend." Crying.
Yeah, people use it as the coping mechanism.
Yeah.
It's been a thing for a lifetime, and I think people still to this day will do it. But the only way around it, man, is sobriety.
So with sobriety, though, like, what's your motivation to stay sober? Or at least be sober, or be aware, be in the moment? What's your motivation? Besides my girl.
Longevity, generational wealth.
Mm-hmm.
Realizing, able to step back now and realize what it was doing to me.
Yeah.
And how I was reacting around people and situations.
Mm-hmm.
Looking back at it now on the sober side, I don't like where I was at.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to say I didn't enjoy. No, every moment that I have in my life is made me who I am. And
Right.
it's a better feeling now to be able to handle stuff on a sober note and not have to go to alcohol to try to mask or cope with a problem.
Right.
And I feel like I've come out of that now. Like, if I wanted to go drink tomorrow, I could. There's no urge for it, honestly. Like,
that's a good feeling.
now I ain't saying I'm quitting, though.
So at some point you could indulge, but you won't. You're not in a rush to do it.
Yeah, and it won't be indulging how I was. Like, I could start at 6 o'clock p.m. and drink to 2, 3 in the morning. Now, I'm not an alcoholic, y'all. Don't think it's like an alcoholic thing. But given, that I drunk for so many years, just the tolerance level that I had, it was very high.
It's kind of scary.
Very scary.
Yeah.
You realize you with a group of friends and y'all done killed 2.5, 3 bottles of tequila or something, and you feel perfectly fine and still function around doing what you got to do for the day.
Or feel like you could do anything.
Well, not the day, because I used to have a couple drinks in the morning during the day.
So on this journey, again, I'm so proud of you.
Thank
on this
you.
journey. Where you
Appreciate
headed? Is there an end goal, or is just
No.
Are you looking for like a balance of like, I know I don't need it, but if I have it, it's cool, but it's not something I need to cope with something.
Well, the balance is already there, I feel. Like,
Yeah.
I've set the mark. It was only supposed to be a 7-day thing.
Really?
Yep. Sitting at 74 today. So
7 days was the original goal, and you're at day 74.
that's correct.
I'm proud of you, best friend.
No alcohol, no juice, no pop, no pork, no fried food.
Damn. No Liampo grill?
Nope.
You want that Liampo grill?
Nah, I don't really. What's crazy, I had some soup the other day.
Uh-huh.
Senegal.
Mm-hmm. So, by the way, we're in Bahrain, and Filipino food is fire. It's fucking fire.
100 out of 100.
Yeah, it's fire. And, my best friend put me on to this spot.
Pinoy Toro.
Damn, we got to give him promo now.
Man,
Shout out to Pinoy Toro.
I want them to be able to stay open.
Nah, that's true. That's true.
We don't fund them, they shut down.
That's true. So my best friend put me on, and my life has changed. Like, I was never a big foodie until my best friend hit me up on something. Like, yo, best friend, try it. So I appreciate you for that.
I ain't no problem. I got more spots to try.
Man, you gave me a couple spots that wasn't all that good, though.
You're a picky eater.
I am a picky eater, and you know that.
Y'all can see the look I just gave her. It pisses me off. Because everything is good to me.
Not me. So let's get a little bit more personal.
I'm here for it, man.
What's your dating life look like?
Man, I'm single and chilling.
Okay, so ladies, when a man says they're single, you think you're single. Does anybody else think they're in a relationship with you?
No.
You sure?
I am 100% positive.
You got your eyes on anybody?
I did, and it's now, it's a cool friendship.
Shout out to her.
It's nothing, personal. It's life takes its course, and you just.
You think
go
your
with it.
sobriety had to do something with it?
Not at all.
Oh, it was just life.
Yeah.
Mm.
I hope me being sober ain't a cause for a woman to say I don't want to talk to you.
Well, sometimes when people are wrapped up in their own leisures and pleasures, they kind of just be like, well, if you don't fit the mold that I got going on, they would be like, yeah, you're sober. I like to get drunk. Have a good life.
I can see that.
Yeah.
But I still would hope that's not the case. But I know it's life. It possibly happens, Unfortunate situation.
Speaking of dating life, do you want more kids?
I do.
How many?
I'm cool with one.
Just one?
Yeah.
Boy or girl? Because you already got a
I
girl.
already got a girl. I would prefer a boy. But
really?
What
if he gonna be bad just like you?
My mom always said my kids would give me a run for my money how I gave her. So.
And has Tori given you any type of run?
Not really. Tori's like the perfect little kid.
Really?
Yeah.
She's very
She
motivated.
never got in trouble but once.
Yeah,
with
she's
me, and
real
she was
motivated.
a baby, so she just kind of probably was walking and got in trouble, and she remembered that to this day and has walked like a straight and narrow life. Like, she just never wanted to upset her parents. So
really.
Mm-hmm.
So you think when you have your boy, it's gonna be hell? I think so.
No, because I think of where I'm at now mentally and my age. It's going to be a different upbringing than if I would have had my boy first at the age of 19 when I had my daughter.
Damn.
The more level-headed, I understand more.
And then too, you about to get out,
Yeah.
so you have more time.
But just my outlook on life has grown so much since young Corey.
Young Corey. Y'all, I wish y'all could see the pictures. Corey
Shout
got
out,
these
D.
chubby cheeks. And I'm obsessed with chubby cheeks.
I don't think they ever going anywhere.
No?
They stuck here forever.
Damn. So, who's your, how would I say, not idol, but mentor?
My stepfather.
Of sorts? Really?
Yep.
Tell me.
Frank Dobson Jr. Dr. Frank Dobson Jr.
Hey, what up, Doc?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Been in my life since I was 2.5, 3 years old, man.
Aww.
Got married to my mom. They'd be married 34, 35 years this year.
Damn.
So he's been around my whole life, man. And just watching him be the man he was to my mother and how he operated in life. And, always been a businessman. I just wanted to be like him in every way. I just felt that was like success. And he never made me leave his side.
Really? Well, then again, you are the baby. So, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
So he's going to trips to New York to see his family. I wanted to go with him. I'm going. His daughter, Jasmine, my stepsister, of course. Southside Chicago. He's going to see her, get her for the summer.
Yeah.
He's taking me with him.
Nice.
He had me there. He's going to work, taking me with him. So he always had me around and just was a positive role model to me.
Nice. So tell me about where the Navy has taken you. And what that been like? Like, what has it been like for you?
Man, you know what? The Navy has been a very positive, motivating thing for me.
Okay.
Knowing, actually, you're able to see what's in front of you and also what I left behind. Going home on leave all the time. So, day in and day out, the different nationalities you deal with, the different crowds of people,
that
the different personalities.
Experience.
It's like having all that in one, like every single day of your career. It was different, coming from the street side, it's the hood, everybody wants to be into the dope game lifestyle or act like the rappers and all that. Now you're getting around people that have businesses, have families, that have careers, that really want to do something and improve each and every day.
Yeah.
Kind of put my mind in a better spot of life. And having my daughter along with that has just been grind 24/7.
So you feel like working and being where you've been stationed and doing all the things has kind of pushed you to be better, or
of course
just give you the overall experience of all the above?
It's everything, coming from Dayton, Ohio.
Dayton, you sent me a couple of videos. Dayton is crazy. Shout out to Dayton.
Shout out
Don't shoot me.
DYT937. We out here.
Shout out to
Oaks.
Dayton.
Yeah.
But what you showing me, like Dayton,
This is cutthroat.
it ain't easy.
Cutthroat.
Yeah.
But
like where you been so far?
But so leaving Dayton, right? I go to San Diego at 19 years old.
Cali.
Yes. Shout out 32nd Street.
Oh.
Hey, time was had in San Diego.
Yeah.
5 years out there, man, it came to the point that people thought I was from San Diego. That's how out there
Ain't no lie.
I kid you not. I call anybody right now, they're like, people thought you were like from the streets of San Diego. Everywhere I went, man, I knew people. People think I know a lot of people here. It's kind of everywhere I go, but San Diego was like 10 times worse. So
what do you mean?
Into the car scene. I was big into the car scene.
Oh, okay.
Club and party life, you know, we pulling up to clubs, parking in front of the doors, and we brought shows out when we came. So people
causing ruckus.
Yeah. I was 19. I was from Dayton. I had to put my city on the map.
Yeah.
And it's like that. You go places, and I always respect people's upbringing and their lifestyle, but you still want to be like, yo, this is me, this is where I'm from, this is who I am. So I brought that with me, early on in my Navy career. Everybody just had to know I was from Dayton.
Yeah.
So that was 5 years of my life there. Came in E1, and I left there E4.
Nice.
So I progressed, had some awards and stuff, and felt like I was doing a little something.
As you should.
And then I go to Pax River, Maryland in 2012.
What was Maryland like for you?
Very different. But I love people. I'm a
Oop, my bad.
It's all good. I'm an extrovert, so I fit in everywhere I go.
Yeah.
Got in with some locals out there, and man, I was all over the place out there. Now, PAX itself is like no man's land. It's a retirement place. They got like 2 main roads out there.
It is.
But you get with the locals, man, they get you outside.
It's true.
I'm up in Waldorf, Maryland. I'm up in D.C. I'm over in Calvert County, and I'm with people that were very well known. So that was an easy stroll for me. And I was there 4 years in PAX.
Did it kind of calm you down from that San Diego life?
Of course.
Okay.
You're talking city to like straight country.
Really? Because I was in Annapolis, which is about 30, 40 minutes.
2.5 hours from PAX.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I was about 45 minutes from D.C., and then I was about 30 minutes from Baltimore.
Yeah, Baltimore is way further from us.
So
we are at the literally very bottom of Maryland.
Yeah. So I was more like, oh, okay. I live in a little bougie area, but I could access the city and whatnot, so it was cool. Yeah. But for you say you're in the country.
Yeah, so it was about 50-minute drive for us to get out to the city life.
Really?
Waldorf. Yeah.
No, thank you.
The mall, a couple clubs up there we used to go to, restaurants. So
yeah. So now you're in Bahrain for the second time.
Yeah, so I leave there at 16. Get to Bahrain. Knew one person when I got out here last time. By the time I left, I knew the whole island. Locals included.
I know.
16 and 19, and left, went to Norfolk. Had a grand time there.
In Norfolk?
But in the midst of all of this, right?
In Norfolk?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So the Young Corey was my first 2 tours. 07 to 16. That was still feeling like I was that inner Dayton, Ohio. And it's always in me, don't get me wrong. But how I was operating was still like I was in Dayton.
Yeah.
Just around new people. And then, something just hit me then. It was like, yo, it's time to turn up a notch, man. Your daughter's getting older. And I always was mindful how I moved, because of my daughter, and knew I would be an important person and man in her life. I never wanted to be like too far off the hook.
Yeah.
But I still enjoyed me and was living me because I was, I had her young. So get to Bahrain at 16.
You was wilding out.
No, it actually started out good. Like I said, I knew one person. I ended up locking in with a lot of the top dogs here on the island,
Okay. Shout out Ricky Dobbs.
Yeah, Ricky. Yeah, man. Willie D,
brody.
Jeff, big brothers to me.
Love them.
Senior chief at the time, both of them.
Okay.
Willie D, Master Chief now out at Norfolk. Took me under their wing, man, and I knew rolling with them. And actually, it was crazy. We met outside of work, outside the base. So
it wasn't like no work relationship.
But then we was at a house party or something, and I went in with some people, and the person I was with knew them. And we locked in. We ended up going out tonight shooting some pool, and it was like, oh, he cool.
Oh yeah, by the way, he shoot pool, y'all. He got all the equipment.
Yeah,
and he
bring it.
He go bowling.
We got BD on it too. Nah, but so being with them, I think a couple nights after that we linked up and was playing cards, and it was like, oh, yo, he cool. And I was on a different side of the base, so I never really saw them. And the first time I saw them in uniform had to be 2-3 months later after I met them.
Really?
Yep. And the look on their face was like, he's only an E5. Whole time they're thinking I'm at least a chief, just how I carry myself.
Right.
And
then too, like with that, not to cut you off, but like with what I find a common denominator in the Navy is that, or in the military period, is like people look at you as like real individuals. They look at you as a person first before your rank.
Exactly.
So I could understand why.
So that was never a topic of discussion of like, what rank are you? And it was just, we vibe and the energy's there. It's reciprocated on both sides. Let's keep it rolling. So they see me in uniform, eyes get big, and I'm looking at them like, what's up? They're like, oh, we didn't know you was. So it kind of
did it change?
No, it took a shift because now it's like, okay, he's cool. We've experienced him outside. Now knowing where he's at, we need to bring him up. We need to get him rolling with the ball.
Yeah, okay.
So they're like, all right, we're going to have our fun, but we still going to make sure we're doing what we need to do.
So now they're going to intrusive leadership.
Yeah.
Got you.
So, they're like, all right, and we actually had that talk like, yo, we rock with you. The energy's there. We vibe with you, you little brother. But, you're rolling with the big dogs. You're going to become a big dog too. So as much as we kick it, if it's something during the week, that was like our main law. Tap in the morning when you're supposed to be at work. Yeah. So we had our group chat, and all of us were checking. It wasn't just me because I was young. I hold them just as accountable too. Hey, y'all good? Y'all, everybody straight, and we never missed a beat. We all were locked in, and man, we were running things.
That's beautiful.
So when it came down to performance, it was always checking. Hey, how you doing? Everything good? They're like, oh no, he eating. So that made them even more proud. With the big brother life. So, I walked out of there. I didn't advance in Bahrain. I did have my fun, still didn't do my part, and going through what I went through with my daughter.
Her being away from her.
Yeah. And she was missing me, going through things. I just was at a point like, I'm going to get out. So me advancing and studying wasn't really a thing for me.
Right.
And they sat me down. They was like, little bro, you got to rethink this. You get out and go back to that. Then what?
And then what? Yeah. That's
and I didn't have a plan.
Yeah, exactly. But here's the thing. You were in Bahrain before, and now you're here in Bahrain again, which is where we met. Yes. June 25th, 2022, actually.
No.
It was June 25th.
Negative.
That was Indoc.
I didn't get here till July 8th.
I was about to say a bad word, but
I got here July 8th.
Okay.
I got on the island July 8th.
Wait, did I have my boot on my foot when you met me?
No.
So it wasn't July. It was definitely June.
I got here on island July 8th. Oh, you might have.
Best friend. We was in Indoc together. And I got here June 20th.
I didn't get on the island till July 8th.
No, you did not. Unless I am on crack.
You are on Picasso.
Unless
I promise you.
And you know what's crazy?
My flight was supposed to be like July 5th.
What? You know what I'm going to do at the end of this episode? I'm going to post my itinerary. Because I know that I flew out here June 25th.
Yeah, you might have flown. Yeah,
or 25th.
You might have.
But I know I was in Indoc quick fast because you know how they was about me when I got here.
Until mid-July.
Best friend, no. July I had that boot because I broke my foot.
So you might have just had the boot and I don't remember the boot then. I thought you got the boot after we met.
No, I
so
got
then you was in the boot. Then you was in the boot when we met.
Either way, let me ask you this question. Why Bahrain?
Money.
Yo, Bahrain got money.
Money. It was it was needed.
Because this was needed.
Yeah.
Shameless plug.
I had to run it back.
Nah, I'm not gonna lie to you. Honestly, like when I leave here, because I'm leaving in 2 months, you gonna miss me?
Of course.
You lying?
No. Why would I lie about that?
Okay, I just want to make sure you're gonna miss me. But I'm gonna do my 2 years in Italy because I'm going to Italy.
Yeah.
But I'm coming back to Bahrain.
You're gonna hate it your first week there.
That's fine.
You're gonna see that paycheck.
I know.
And you're gonna be like, what the fuck?
I'm not gonna like it. That's why you gotta have savings.
Shout out Naj Buck. His heart was for sale. He didn't got out there and want to come back.
Now my heart
Come back, Buck.
beats to the rhythm. Come
Yes,
back,
sir.
Buck.
Shout out, Brody.
Shout out to Naj Buck for real. But no, I'm coming back because I want to take the time in Italy to travel and do all the things. Come back, re-up all my money, and then figure out like, okay, am I gonna retire? Am I gonna keep going? What am I doing?
That's always the plan.
That's my plan.
It don't always happen. I know they say everybody comes back to Bahrain.
But look at you, prime example.
I think I was by default. I was on my third look.
That wasn't default. That was God.
I mean, of course, it was God, but I just think something fell through the cracks when that happened.
You think so?
I do, but God does have me where I was meant to be.
But why Bahrain?
Money.
Why do you choose Bahrain?
Money.
Just money?
Yeah.
No, it's more than money for you.
It's
and
not,
you know
for
I
real.
see you. You know I see you.
For real, it wasn't like, you understand, like when I came here last time and I had to leave and go back to Norfolk, I knew I was finna blow through what I say.
Yeah.
And I did, having to live back in the States and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
So I came back here to re-up for my retirement. That was my plan. Once I got to Norfolk.
Like this time? This tour?
This tour coming in 2022.
Is your save up?
I said, I'm going to get to Bahrain, knowing I retired in 27. I said, I'm staying as long as I can.
Right.
Did I think it would be to retirement? No, but I said, at least if I can get 3 years out,
Yeah.
I'll coast out the last year and some change.
Because I've been here 3 years. And
No,
then you
it'll
got
be-
your new orders and then another 6 years, best friend.
It'll be 4 years and 8 months.
I thought it was gonna be 6 because you got.
So I got here 22, 18 months. This coming July will be 3 years. And then March of 27 will put me at 20 more months.
Oh yeah,
I didn't calculate this.
you got your numbers together.
Yeah, I had to.
So when you retire, where's home gonna be?
I'm going to go back home probably
How long?
6 months maybe.
Yeah.
And that's the goal. Of course, anything can alter and change that from now to the end, but go back and
we got a
reground
crazy
myself.
administration right now.
I
It's
know.
not crazy. It's an interesting administration right now.
This is true. So,
So
my plan may not go through,
mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, I just got to know that God got me and he's already planted the seeds in my life
mm-hmm.
in which they may blossom how he
how you see
controls.
fit.
Yep.
Amen. So you talked about being in the Navy and dealing with the things you dealt with.
Mm-hmm.
You're a leader by nature.
This is true.
Just your
can't deny
presence
it.
and personality alone is like crazy.
That's the Leo in me.
Oh,
The
When's your-
lion of the jungle, man.
when's your birthday?
July 26th. Shout out to the Leos.
oh God!
The fire.
Shout out to the Scorpios. October
big
30th.
fire.
No, Scorpio.
You see how y'all
energy.
just little small portions to the lion? Yeah, man.
Anyway, what does leadership look like to you? You mentioned your stepdad,
Yeah.
like, and then moving forward,
Mm-hmm.
like taking what your stepdad, brought onto you,
Yep.
and then moving on to your professional life.
Mm-hmm.
What does like leadership, mentorship, like I want to be this, I want to be that, look like to you?
A leader is somebody that, to me, first listens. I can't come in the
Yeah.
room and change stuff without knowing what's in the room. Now, I can come in and observe, but if a room is already established and a way is already set, I have to come in and understand that before I can implement or see about change for the better. And, as a leader, your way is not always right.
Right.
So that's why the listening part, because you may take what you think needs to happen and it may not work.
Yeah.
Now you can take what you think may happen and incorporate other things.
Mm-hmm.
And once you can do that and build a foundation off of everybody's idea together, I think you have a very successful unit at that point.
That's a thing. That's real, because you have people who are in a leadership role, and we know who they are, that don't really know what they're doing, but they were placed there because of, notoriety, notoriety, rank, or whatever, prestige. But at the same time, it's like, do you know what you're doing?
Yeah, and it is the way of the military, but unfortunately, it's just what we're faced with. It's just how it operates. And like you said, with the notoriety, a lot of people are afraid to put their pride aside and say, you know, this is my rank. I'm not going to let a junior person than me tell me what to do. Although you have junior people that may have been in the role or doing the job longer than you.
Right.
That really would know or has experience dealing with it.
Right.
So that's the sad part of it. And until I think people can set that part aside and want to learn as a unit together and say what works for us as a team, since we had to be with each other for however many months or years, it's going to be a failure.
Like the 8-10 hours a day.
Yeah, because, you know, even me now, I've been a very, how can I word this?
Talking about humility, being humble.
I have a voice, I feel, always.
Okay, you're impactful.
Yes.
Okay.
And everywhere I go, I've been in a position to be able to speak and be heard. And people to take into consideration what I say. Mm-hmm. So I can't say I really have ever had that problem. Yeah. I mean, and I have run into a couple people you're trying to like, hey, whatever the higher up may be, hey, I think we should. And it's just like, no, we're doing it this way. Because like, okay, what makes your way so much greater? Are you that prideful where you can't just say, my junior person came up with this idea?
And give credit.
Yeah. I don't even want credit, though. You know, that's the crazy part. I've never been
about you wanting credit, best friend. It's more like, it's like still giving credit where it's due, giving the flowers while you can smell them. Like, at the end of the day, like, I understand if Dash tells me, hey, mom, do this, it'll be better. As opposed to me on my great idea, it's like, maybe he might be on to something because he's a fresh mind, you know, a fresh set of eyes to look into something. You think that's where people in a leadership role might have an issue?
Of course. You know, and shout out to my stepdad. Like I said, he was very impactful with me because if I had something, he would be like, I want to hear it. And he would take everything I said and try to implement it some kind of way. So he always made me feel important at a very young age. So,
and that means a lot, huh?
It does.
Yeah.
And that's when I started to feel like nobody in this world can tell me anything. If my stepdad can incorporate it, mind you, a doctor's degree, you know what I'm saying? PhD.
Yeah. Big PhD.
And we talking back in the 80s. So he been doing
Corey.
this. Yeah, he been doing this, man. Like, this has been his life. So for somebody to have, and I saw how he operated, you know, in the many colleges he's taught at, different organizations he's ran within the college.
Yeah.
And then just the impact he's had on students, man. Once he made me feel that, I just felt like I'm him. I'm my stepdad. Like,
I can do this.
Groomed me into be my own person, you know, as I got older. And I'm like, now this is Corey.
Yeah.
You know, before it was like, oh, I'm part of this. My stepdad. Now, no, I'm Corey.
Because you have the influence, the right influence.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
And to this day, man, he still empowers me. He still like whatever I can do or whatever I want to do, he supports it. So, and that's the only, like when he did that, man, nobody in this world could tell me anything different.
No, that's real.
Like nobody.
Yeah. And that's how I am with you.
Because my stepdad told me something.
No, honestly, I'll be like, if my best friend told me that, that's cute what you're saying, but
it is, man. You know, and that's the beautiful thing about,
and I appreciate you,
a solid friendship always, and I appreciate you. I know we have our ups and downs. Yeah, where's the little little ha 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 thing?
You want to laugh?
Yeah, because Lord have mercy, we go through it more now than ever.
We do, but go through it.
You know, it just has its timing.
It's
nothing
true.
Bad.
No, it's good.
It'll come out one day. We'll come out of that phase that we in right now. It's like a low-key beef phase. And I don't know why.
Are we beefing?
That's what I be thinking. I really feel like there's a beef there somewhere for something.
I feel like I'm trying to come out of this alpha woman, if that's a thing, the alpha female.
In today's society, it is really a thing.
Like everybody's talking, oh, soft life. Like I don't want a soft life. I just want something easy. Like, I don't want to feel as though I'm having a fight and I got a partner laying up next to me.
Just stop fighting.
Well, you know, that's why I be single most of the time, because I just feel like when I'm not involved with somebody and I don't have to owe anybody an answer to anything, I feel the best because I don't have to explain why I'm not answering my phone. I don't feel like I need to explain why I'm not talking or I'm not indulging or I'm just not wanting to be bothered.
Then you just haven't found your person. So all them people that's why you are is why you are, because they weren't meant to be. Because that right person, you're not going to sing or look at it in that light.
You told me that. Yeah.
You're going to want to answer the phone. You're going to want to be with that person. And if not, you're not going to mind explaining why.
No. And that's the thing is like, for me, I'm not being sneaky. I'm not being weird. I'm not being calculated. I'm just more so in the space of, I just want to be by myself.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
I want to be in the house cooking mad food for my kid. Well, in Bahrain, cooking food for Dash. Shout out to Dylan. Love you, baby.
If was in.
But, I feel like even if Dylan was here, I feel like I just want to be in the house cooking for my kids, talking shit, watching fucking anime, and coloring.
There's nothing wrong with that, though.
Exactly.
But that doesn't
don't
mean
do nothing.
You have to be alpha with it.
But that's the thing. If I be alpha with it, it comes across aggressive. It comes across why. It comes across, oh my God, she's this, that, the other.
But why have to be alpha though?
Well, alpha because you have to assert your boundaries. You have to assert your boundaries with people who don't know what boundaries look like.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
So for me, being so, hi, how are you? What do you need? Let me help you. I'm not really an empath. I'm more so of a person of understanding. I don't claim the societal titles of being accepting to a lot of things. Sometimes I just want to be by myself.
But there's a way to do that without the alpha in it. That's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of women today go the alpha route and end up.
Well, if you want to talk about it, let's talk about it because I can give you some feedback.
Oh, no, I'm here. Like, I mean, and I know it's a lot of men who aren't alpha but I think in our society is the black community, alpha is such a derogatory thing now. It's looked at in a negative light.
It is.
And I think we end up hurting each other behind that word. Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's nothing wrong with being a woman, but to have to put alpha on it is like an extra emphasis that I think is looked at like taking something away from a man or being like this beastly image.
Well, there are men out here, there, everywhere, that look at an alpha female, just, excuse me, the title of alpha female, they look at it as something negative. Mm-hmm. Excuse me. They look at it as something negative because I look at it as they're not secure in their own masculinity mm-hmm. to where they think, oh, she's trying to run me. She's trying to, pull one over. It's not like that. It's just like, dude, I literally been in survival mode because it's more survival than it is anything else. Mm-hmm. I've been in survival mode doing all the things, taking care of my kids, taking care of myself, handling my professional life, my personal life, doing all these things. And it's like, at what point as a man are you going to step in and allow me to be feminine, be soft, and be able to submit, as opposed to you coming into my life and you're like, oh, well, I want my woman to submit and you're demanding. It's like, what are you doing to allow me to submit? Silence.
No, I'm are you done?
No, I'm just.
I'm ready to come in.
No. Don't start because you about to start some shit. And
it's going along with what you're saying. No, it's true.
No, it's just like for me as a woman, I've been on my own, literally on my own since 15, going on 16 years old. I am now 29. So me being 29, I'm on some shit where it's just like, yo, I've been doing all this shit on my own for so long. I have 2 children. I've been married. I've been divorced. I've been in relationships. I've been in situationships. And each and every single time, I felt as if I had to figure shit out on my own. So me having to figure shit out on my own doesn't allow the man to take charge and to make me feel comfortable. to be able to trust that he will carry us through. Because when you accept me, you accept my appendages.
Exactly. As it should be.
Right. So, what you got?
So, again, we come back to this thing of you being single now.
Mm-hmm.
The people who were in your life were never alpha. They were never
and that's where I'm
capable of leading.
Mm-hmm.
So, I say that in a light, when people do come into your life, though,
mm-hmm.
you have to at least allow them.
So that's the thing. You allow people to come into your life, but like they look at your, like, okay, so for me, single mom, 2 kids, divorced. They look at it like, oh, the father of your children, he's not involved. So let me get involved. And they weaponize it. I'm very defensive when it comes, you know me. I don't post my children.
Yeah.
I don't speak on my children. Nobody knows my children's birthdays. Nobody really probably knows what my children look like.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it's like, I'm very defensive when it comes to my children.
Right.
I will go to jail and smile with
As
the biggest smile in my mugshot.
As you should.
Behind them little boys. So for me, I look at it like, yo, you're not about to play. Because my thing is, and I told you, I think I have the face where people like to say, you know what? I want to play in her face. People be playing in my face, but one thing you're not going to do is play in my kid's face.
Exactly. And they shouldn't. You shouldn't allow it. Exactly.
Because once you can play in my face all day.
But goes
play in my kid's face?
Exactly. But that goes to having those hard. How often has that hard conversation been had? Like going into something like, hey.
I don't bother to have a conversation. Because the moment I feel it, I'm out. I'm out, best friend. I'm out. And you know that.
But I mean, for them to understand,
mm-hmm.
again, it's just that hard conversation piece.
Mm-hmm.
Because then you wouldn't have to wait. Or I guess they would hang themselves either way. But if you like, yo, this is like the line. Here, left, right, up, down.
Yeah.
Vice versa, they give you their line.
Right.
It should be at that point you're already able to determine. And now, again, most people might feed bullshit.
It's true.
But you're going to have that in the back of your mind. Okay, this is how he said he is.
Mm-hmm.
That's instantly something you're going to go look for when he's operating or around you or the kids. You know what I'm saying? They
right.
Like, all right, well, he said he loves to do this. Just 2 weeks in and he ain't said or did nothing. Okay, red flag already.
Nah, it's not really a red flag on a short-term thing. It's more so a red flag. No, not for me. So for me, I would rather you not meet my children until you're serious about me. That's
given.
Until you're serious about me, like you could see my children. Like I've been in Bahrain, right? We've been in Bahrain, and for me, I look at it like, okay, Dash, he came out here, and Dash, he's been out here. People be like, oh, Dash, I know him. They see me with him. They see me with him. They like, oh, that's Dash or whatever. Months after he's been out here or whatever the case may be. But here's the thing. People will never get to know Dash. Mm-hmm. You know Dash because you're my best friend.
Yeah.
But people, like just the general public, they will never know Dash. They will know he exists. They'll know he's my child, but they would never know what Dash got going on.
Right.
And that's because he's out here. And because I protect him so much. And I protect him so much to the point where anyone that I'm dating, anyone I'm seeing, they won't know anything about me. They won't know anything about him. They'll know me because I'm going to tell you what I want to tell you. But when it comes to my child, I'm a gatekeeper. Mm-hmm. Real bad. And you know that because how I am with you.
Yeah.
But I don't play that with my kids.
And you're not supposed to, though.
What you mean?
So you're doing the right thing. You're not supposed to play about your kids.
Yeah, I don't really play.
You got to protect the kids.
Yeah.
I hope y'all out there doing that.
Yeah.
Not letting old weirdos around.
No, you can't let everybody around you. Your safe spaces.
Exactly.
But, it is, I mean, how I look at it, it is what it is. When it comes to my kids, a lot of people, I could go on a date with you tomorrow. You would never meet my child.
Understandable.
Never. Children, you will never meet them.
And it shouldn't be until you like, all right, this person is worthy of.
Like, you got to beg me.
being
to be
like
with
that
you.
father figure in their life, that role model.
Yeah, because you already know my story.
Yeah.
So, it is what it is, but whatever.
But you can live in that woman life without the alpha. I'm going to just say that again.
But at the same time,
like your point can get across without being, because a lot of women take the alpha far. They can take it far. I can see in lights and situations where they may feel they have to, but a lot of times it's not fully understood. Being a man is not easy, and it's not a.
What you mean?
A lot of women, feel like, oh, I have to be the man in a relationship.
Well, it's based on the man's energy.
But you can't be something that you're not, though.
Yeah, I would never in my life. Let me tell you something. When it comes to men, I will never try to be a man or be the man or be the masculine in the individual relationship. Number one. Two, I'll be aggressive to fight for myself. But I would never try to be like a nigga. I would never try to be like a man.
But that happens a lot with the alpha woman.
It does. And then too, one thing I would never do is put my hands on a man. Because one thing I can't do, I can't take a hit. That ain't me. So for me, soft life, submissive, whatever the fuck, they calling it these days, I can't do it.
But I'm saying, like, it's okay to, there's a side of a woman that has to lead. There's a side of a man that has to lead. A woman can still remain in that with or without a man. Like, it's become this thing now. Like, the woman wants to run the household. She wants to have the say-so of everything in her way, no way. And it's detrimental to the black society.
It is.
And
because
it's both sides, though.
It's the coming from, it's one thing you come from two separate households because your parents didn't work out.
Yeah.
But it's also coming from, the other side is the broken household.
Yeah.
The broken household is the toxic shit, like the whole, abuse, mental, physical, emotional, all that. And then the other side is like, okay, we didn't work out, but we get along.
Right.
Whereas my mom and my dad, they've been through their shit. I would never know the full story because I don't want to know the full story.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I come from separate households. I don't come from a broken household. Broken households is where you pick up on the mom talking bad about the dad, and all
dad
that
talking
shit.
Bad about the mom.
Yeah, all that. But I was never exposed to a lot of that. So I praise my mom and my dad behind that, because I have a beautiful relationship with my mom, and I have a questionable but loving relationship with my dad. So, you about to make me cry. Hold on.
What I did, I ain't even talking right now.
Whew. Okay. I come from, like I said, separate households. I have a mom, I have a dad. They didn't work. Two separate houses. My mom made everything happen because she was the full-time parent.
Right.
My dad, he was there when he needed to be there. It wasn't always great, but he was there.
Right.
When it comes down to how I operate, I take the lessons my dad taught me that I will never share with the world. I would never share it, because it's been the realest advice, and he's the most toxic person I ever met in my life. Love you, Don Harris. Love you. But the advice that he shared with me has carried me through. To be the woman, the mother, the person, everything that I am.
Right.
And my mom, just seeing her make shit happen, the culmination and all that.
Go ahead, big words.
The culmination.
Culmination.
Just that alone, it just helped me to understand who I need to be and how I need to operate.
Right.
My mom taught me how to be a mother. Here's the thing. My mom taught me how to be a mother and how not to be a mother. Because she was still figuring it out. I'm the firstborn.
Yeah.
So she was figuring it out.
Big dog. So it's 29 days. Let me go back to that.
I'm 29.
Okay.
Yes, I'm 29. So in my quote unquote 29 years, I took everything that she did and didn't do to understand what it took to be a mom. Not the perfect mom, but just a mother. And she did a beautiful job, clearly. Hi, I'm here.
She here.
Yeah, I'm
Miss
here.
Hazel, look
Hey,
at
girl.
you doing your thing.
Right. But it's just like, at the same time, it's like, well, let me tweak some things that she did and didn't do.
And that's what it should be in all
Yeah.
cases.
Yeah.
Nobody has it right. Nobody.
Especially like with you having your daughter. Well, having Tori is like having Tori. That's your first time figuring out how to be a parent.
Yeah.
You could take all the lessons, but at the same time, will it apply when situations occur?
And then times change.
Exactly.
So what they were doing back in the 70s, 80s, 90s is completely different with the crowd now and the days we live in. So we have to get hip and know what's going on in today's society to be able to cater to our kids and know what's going on in this real world out here.
Yeah, and then social media is crazy.
You got to be hip to that too.
So with relationships, let's talk about friendships.
Yay.
All right. So like we mentioned earlier, we met 2022. I'm gonna stick with June 25th.
I got here July 8th. I flew out of Norfolk in July.
So we became friends the summer of 2022.
Yeah.
It was an interesting dynamic. It was cool. It was, all right, Corey, you cool. Danica, I'm cool, whatever, right? But I'm laughing, not because anything happened. We never messed around, never done like that. Have my back, best friend.
I'm here.
No,
Listen,
for real.
Yeah.
We never did nothing.
No.
Never did nothing of the sort. But it was just always interesting because we've been through drunk, sober, and just in between moments.
No, I was like drunk, sober, drunk.
Drunk to the point where I showed up to our spot. Shout out to Kit Kat.
Big dog.
I showed up to Kit Kat in some Ugg boots, a t-shirt, and some shorts.
And sunglasses.
My hair was good though. You
On
got
fleek.
that video.
It was on fleek.
My hair was on fleek. But no, like we were like friends, arguing, loving, arguing again, loving again. What is friendship? Outside of me and you, don't even describe you and I, but like, what does friendship actually mean to you? If it even means anything, because there's some people in the world that just be on some, no, that's my friend. You met them 5 minutes ago.
Friendship, I think, is a word used very loosely now.
Very.
More of like a associate.
Mm-hmm.
A friend is just somebody I would say, quote unquote, compatible with. You all have things in common.
Okay.
Whether it be music, hobbies, career, and you're around that person, I'm not going to say often, but enough.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, that's my friend. Y'all get some dealing with each other and they'll just become friends. Like, oh, yeah, that's my friend.
I never been like that, but like, I look at it in a weird perspective. Like, okay, if this person was not in my life,
what?
Where would I be?
Yeah.
And that's how I look at you. It's like, if me and Corey was never friends, where would I be? And I ain't gonna lie, I accomplished some things since we've been friends, but like, it wasn't even like I attribute, big word. I attribute.
Where's the laughing thing? I need to laugh for the big word.
Hold on. I wouldn't attribute. Ooh, my bad. I wouldn't attribute my success to 100% to our friendship. I would attribute at least 40%.
Okay.
Because
shout out 40.
Shout out 40. But like, no, you really motivate the hell out of me. Cause I be down. I'm like, all right. I'm humble.
Very.
Some people say too humble. To the point where I don't give myself credit.
I can see that too.
Super humble, super nice. I take care of everybody as long as I can. But like a lot of things I done did. Be like, best friend, why are you like that? Like, You got it. Da-da-da-da. I'm like, I don't know, best friend.
You do, man. You got to stand on not only, like I said, being a mom, but just the woman you are and the effort you give in everyday life outside of parenthood. Still got to clap your back on that one too.
Because I'm a little arrogant when it comes to me being a mother. But anything else where people can actually see, because, you know, again, I gatekeep. But the part of me being a parent, it's just whatever you see, you see. But when it comes to my personal and professional successes, it's like, I don't want too many people to know because I'm humble.
Fuck them people.
Ooh, I like that.
You ain't know them before. They either going to be a part and roll with you and motivate or learn from.
Yeah.
And if not, they ain't going to be there when you move on to your next phase of life. They're going to be forgotten.
You think so?
So I'm not paying no attention to what nobody got to say or how they feel. If you're not happy with me, you are not my quote unquote friend. There's no friendship.
There's nothing there.
You're the enemy.
What about,
you
enemy?
are. Yeah.
What about the ones who pump fake to be your friend? And we know who we're talking about.
There's a lot of them. It's too many to name. Or even try to pinpoint.
What about the ones who pump fake like, oh, I support you. You're my girl. I love you. But at the same time, their behavior shows different.
That's just the downside and the corny side of the friendship, though. That's down.
I don't like corny friendships.
That comes with them trying to gain something from being around you or in your presence. They want to get somewhere or have some notoriety from whoever.
So you said notoriety. I was told, and you know who it is, but this person was like, yo, be mindful of who you keep around you, because with your successes, people are going to want to be affiliated with you. People are always going to want to be, oh yeah, that's my friend. And oh yeah, she got you. And you know, whatever the case may be. And I was just like, no, they're my friend. At first, they're my friend and, you know, they got my back or whatever. But at the same time, it's like, they've been showing me their ass. Giving me their whole ass to kiss.
And you already know what time it is.
But you know me, I always see the beauty in people.
And what do they see in you? Do you ever take the time to think about that? I see the beauty in them, but how do they view me?
Do you want to make me cry or?
No, it's a real conversation.
Because I'm about to cry.
It's a real thing, though. Again, that's what comes with people that love and genuinely care. They're the ones that get shitted on. The most.
This like the real friends or?
Yes.
The ones who put themselves out there and they have the friends?
No, just the real genuine. I have the best interest for you, and whatever you do, I'm going to support. I may not make everything, but you know I'm here. If the world on fire and you need a bucket of water, I'm coming. You know you can call me. I'm that person. Those are the people that get shitted on.
It's crazy because I feel as though I have spray bottle friends.
Is that giving too much credit?
That's giving a lot of credit.
To even say spray bottle.
The fact that you even have a spray bottle is me. I look at people for potential. Potential will get you nowhere because that's just a delusion. Gone. And as much as you think I'm delusional?
Very.
Oh shit.
You look at somebody and see potential in them, and you give 100%.
Yeah.
Out the gate. Nah. If you potential, you get 1%.
Oh, it's in reverse.
Yeah. If you have potential, you still got to show me.
For you.
Yeah.
But that should be the general consensus.
Yeah, and that's, again, my opinion on it.
No, that's
if you're not coming to 100% and I already know, and I say, yeah, this is that person. If you have potential, there's still part of you missing that I see. So we already at odds.
I have a lump in my throat.
But it is, think about it though.
No, you're not.
When you say they have potential, you're not all the way there.
But that's the thing. So like when you look at somebody with potential, you look at them as okay, I see this person as a different individual than what they presented themselves to be. And I see that they can be better than what they have been.
So what is that? essentially, though.
It's potential.
Growth.
Let it go.
They have to have growth.
Elsa.
There's room for growth when they have potential to grow.
Let it go. And I think I need to learn how to let people go.
Yeah.
When they need to.
Because your energy is being given or drained.
Drained more than anything else.
Yeah, so they're not caring about you. These people want what they can get from you to make them be whatever they want to be or put on a pedestal that they want to be on.
You know, it's crazy you say that. And I'm now getting into a book because, as you can see, I got books.
10,000 Amazon books in the past month. It's crazy. I need the 10,000 Amazon books.
We don't have no sound effects with 10,000 Amazon
That's the
books.
laugh.
Oh, you want to laugh?
It's crazy, I know.
But no, I've been getting into this book by Mel Robbins, Let Them.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm learning the theory of let them. I used to be so like, okay, you know how I feel about secondhand invites.
Yep.
I don't do secondhand invites. Don't tell me the hour before, you know, your event is kicking off.
Off top.
Oh, hey, just want to let you know. No, because I wasn't at the top of your mind.
I need to know in the first 10 minutes of it being planned and it's ready to go.
Exactly. So that's number 1. 2, in the book so far, because I haven't read the whole thing, so far, let them. They go on a brunch, they didn't invite you, let them. They are having a get together, let them. They're having a conversation without you, let them. And overall, if they're doing something without you that you're not invited to, let them.
But so that gets tricky though.
How?
Now, depending on where you're at in the friendship or whatever you all want to call that time of your life, you may not be meant for everything. And that is okay too.
Yeah.
So, you know, I have multiple people I know I'm going to be rocking with forever after this shit is over.
Yeah.
They do shit and I'm not always invited, which is cool. Depending on what the crowd is, whatever, you know, it's cool. But I know, again, I don't need to be invited to everything to know where I stand with you. That doesn't solidify our relationship.
And here's where my issue comes in. It's like, okay, if I have this one, okay, me and you, right? Perspective. You and I, we have our friendship. You can come over, even though you think I don't invite you over, whatever.
Hard to get over here.
You know, I be in the house protecting my energy, but not from you, just in general.
See, you see the look you was finna get. So I bring bad energy.
You don't bring bad energy at all. I think for me, and I'm going to get to my point, when it comes to you, I feel as though it's not you personally. It's just me just wanting to be by myself. Like, you can ask, if you trust them, you can ask Dash.
I trust what you say. I hope I can.
I just want to be home by myself. Laying on the couch watching Ghibli.
But you know what
Ghibli.
is crazy? I think that doesn't come out as what you just said until now. It's kind of like, oh, best friend, I'm going to pull up. I get the runaround. Or it's kind of like I'm just chilling. Like, I sense I don't want nobody over here, but you.
I just don't want,
But you don't
I just
give
be
like.
chilling.
You don't say that. Like, and it's cool. Like, I understand. I promise you, I'm a person of very much understanding.
No, time out, best friend. I be wanting you to be here, but I don't, like, if you're going to be here.
You want me to come and just don't say shit?
Yes.
Come sit down.
I just
shut
want
the fuck up.
Thank you. You understand. I just want to be, like, in silence, watching Studio Ghibli anime and just chilling.
There's nothing wrong with it. But again, that goes down to having hard conversations. That may be something hard for you to say.
It is.
And maybe like, I don't want to be offensive for saying that.
No, it's true.
You got to give that peace though. To have your peace. You have to.
I have to work on my communication when it comes to
best friend, look, I'm just chilling. You come through, but goddamn it, sit your ass down and don't say shit to me.
would you be willing and open to do that?
Of course, I'm that way with most of my friends. Like my homeboys that come over, they be like, bro, I'm pulling up. I'm like, all right. They can get in the house and we sit, music playing, and they be on one side of the couch on their phone. I'm on my side, and we don't say 2 words for an hour.
Really?
Just be chilling.
That's where I'm at.
But you know what's crazy though? I'm a devil's advocate. You know, I love it.
Yeah, it's annoying.
What if I was going through something and was like, I need to be around my best friend, and I just call it, I'm coming through, and I get that energy?
Well, that's where I'll be fucked up.
But you would never know.
But that's the thing. I would be fucked up knowing that I don't know that, because my initial reaction is like, yo, I really just want to be by myself.
So do you see where conversation pieces sometimes need to be had?
So here we are. Literally, and this is fucked up, but it's good.
What's fucked up?
No, it's fucked up that we're actually coming to this.
No, but this is for the people. Like, this is just like based off of what was needed.
Because this is needed.
You feel me?
Mm-hmm. Shameless
for the
plug.
people out there who have these friendships or situations with people that are near and dear to them. Mm-hmm. Something for them to always think about. That's what this conversation is about. You know, the people could be going through something and they may not speak it. And it's easy to say what a person, well, you should have just said that. Some people may not be able to get that piece out.
Well, that's
in that
me.
moment.
That's me. I'm not the type to where it's like, I'm going to tell you, best friend, I don't want you to come over. That's not me.
Indirectly.
Well, indirectly. No. Honestly, I'll be honest with you. You hit me up. And it's crazy. You hit me up at the most random times.
What's random? I should never.
I'll be in a grocery store. Buying fruits.
Yeah.
I buy fruits every 3 days.
Because I be watching you.
You don't watch shit.
Yeah, I do. I got a little something that you don't know. I can see you. So you was in the fruit aisle, and I knew we was going to have a fruit date. I said, let me hit her up right now.
I be like in the grocery store buying my fruits. I be with Dash, and I be like, best friend hit me up. What you doing? I want to come annoy you. And I'm like, ugh.
I don't want to be fucking annoyed.
That too.
I annoy you then.
No, not in real life.
I think I do.
In fake life, you do annoy me.
I think I really do.
Hold on. What? What bug? I don't know. It was dark. Child.
It was dark brown.
Oh my God. I love you, Dash.
Dash, love you, man.
Hit him with it.
Heavy butter whipping cream with the sauce all on it. Dash with the background music, baby.
But no, like most times I be in the house. I be in the house fidgeting with all this podcast shit. Mm-hmm. And I get so frustrated because I can't learn it, because what I want to learn is the daytime shit, to be clear, and it pisses me off and I just shut down. That
could be a bonding moment for best friends.
Even though I texted you, it would be so nice to have someone that knows what they're doing. And by the way, people, he knows what he's doing with photography.
They're two different ball games.
Nice.
They are two different ball games.
It's so nice to have someone, not only your best friend, that knows what they're doing with the camera.
You got too much. That's all I'm going to say.
I'm just saying, I have 1 month.
2.
1.
2.
1 to be productive.
I'm saying 2 months.
Because?
When you leave in 2 months.
Because I'm leaving in June.
You're going to be gone.
I'm out. But I'm coming back in 2 years.
I'll be gone.
Where you going?
I'll be retired.
What's home?
Dayton, Ohio right now. For a short period of time.
But
go check on baby girl. Make sure she's doing good in college. Go kick it with her a little bit. And we'll see what God got in store.
I mean, it's fair. Do you want to be married?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
You sure?
Positive.
Why?
I think that is one of the greatest things in life. Again, watching my stepdad, Dr. Frank Dobson Jr. Shout out.
Shout out.
Just seeing that lifestyle, man. You know, being able to grow and build together. Doing it on your own is really no fun.
It's trash. It's trash.
Like, you know, who are you sharing those moments with? Who are you making memories with? Like, you don't have none of that. Like, you gatekeeping.
You know, I'm a gatekeeper.
I'm saying when you do it like alone, really, if you think about it, like,
What do you mean? Like, what is alone for you though? Because for me,
by myself, I'm doing it by myself. Everything I'm doing by myself.
Well, when I gatekeep, I look at it as my resources. It's me and me alone. But at the same time, if I'm sharing it with somebody, my person, my partner, that's it.
No, I'm saying doing it alone is gatekeeping.
Oh, yeah.
I was being funny. You know, if you out here, you got your house and you into your hobbies and doing what you do day to day by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
When you die and you leave this earth, you left memories with nobody and no one.
No, it's true.
You build no legacy.
No, this is true.
So when you actually had that person, those forces combined together, build an empire.
It's a hell of a thing.
Yeah, can be. It can be, and
can be.
Ooh, it can be something else. But I just, you know, that's what God intended for it to be.
For you, or just in general?
To me, like a husband, a wife, creating life and living life.
What's your perfect wife?
Who God sends me. I can't.
What if she's just a headache?
If we're meant to be, she would no longer be my headache. We would.
Ooh.
So you got to think. Mm-hmm. You deal and handle with your significant other in different ways, depending on who the person is.
Right.
You can get somebody who's not talkative at
all.
You
loud as hell.
Yeah, but then
there's a perfect balance.
That's the thing about a relationship. The balance is met somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So whether it tones you down or you upbring them, y'all come into balance somewhere, however it's meant to be.
Mm-hmm.
And it could be another person after that. If y'all don't work out, you go to the next person. The same thing happens. It could be a different outcome. It's just where y'all energies meet. Like, what is meant for you with that specific person is nothing you're going to ever paint this perfect picture of. And I think that's where people get lost. They have in their mind what their person is going to be.
That goes back to what I said, the potential. You fall in love or build on the potential, because you can have potential for someone and they will never see it in themselves.
Yeah, and that person's not for you, because if that person is for you, they're going to see what you're talking about.
But even if, and I'm with you when you write. That's something I learned in the Navy, by the way.
I can't stand that shit.
I'm with you when you write, but like I'm with you when you write. Like, if you literally get with somebody who is able to do all the things that they're like to their peak potential, but they're not at the potential level, it's kind of on a point where it's like, well, do I do it or do I not do it?
You'll know. That person is going to give you some sign to where you feel it's worth to keep going or not.
True. Me, I'm done with potential. Potential has gotten a lot of feelings hurt.
And it will always be that way.
Because they're always going to sit back and be like, well, that's what you saw. That's not what I feel.
But that's something that you have to keep in mind now moving forward. Yeah. If you decide to move that way. If I'm giving this opportunity or going to give this time and effort to whatever situation that has potential, it very well may not work. And I can't be mad at it if it doesn't, because I already knew that going in.
And then too, you can't be mad because that was your vision in your mind.
Exactly. So that's just one of those things, you know, when people get to talking about people and I'm going to go do this or say this and they better not say this. Well, if you already have in your mind they're going to say that, it shouldn't even cause a reaction.
Yeah, you should just be okay with it.
Yeah.
Because that's what they've shown you.
But or it's also like in your mind already, like, I'm going to go say this to this girl. She's going to say no. And you go say it and she say no and you're 10 times madder.
But you already knew.
You already knew.
Yeah.
At that point, you're supposed to just say, okay, and keep it moving.
Yeah, I tried.
Drake said the realest thing.
What?
God's plan.
Ooh.
People just got to start believing in that, man. It's God's plan. Life, how we move, what we go through. it's God's plan.
No, it honestly is.
And we have emotions. I understand that we're human. We operate and have a spiritual bonding later about stuff, but it's one of those things like you just have to know. I think everybody already knows going into anything they do an outcome of positive or negative.
No, it's a real
what
thing.
I want or what I don't want.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that's going to come out of it.
No, honestly, that's real, because you sitting here waiting, like, you know what's crazy? In tune and intertwined with that is like waiting on someone to become the person you want them to be. It ain't gonna happen.
But I think it's crazy if you're able to remove what you want.
Yeah.
And learn to start working with what you can deal with.
You wouldn't even stick around.
A lot of people won't
stick around.
Like, and I think that's where people lose. It's like they keep painting this picture of what they want, how it's supposed to be. Not, this is this person. Nobody's going to have 110% of what you want. Right. It may be 60%. What I do with that other 40% is what we should work on. They already got the 60% of what I want.
But do you think you can build from the 60%?
That's greater than half. Why wouldn't I be able to?
Ooh, okay, best friend.
You got more than half of what I'm asking for in 2025. We had to have that conversation of that other 40% and make it work. Because now I can lose that 60 and go find somebody who's 30.
This is true.
Now I'm trying to make up 70%.
Damn.
So if you get somebody that is close enough to what you envision your person to be, we gonna figure that other part out. Because 9 times out of 10,
you think a lot of things are able to be worked through?
Yeah, conversation, hard conversations. I done said that a lot tonight, I know, but if you think about it, people don't have it. It's what people run from. They don't want to know the outcome. They don't want to be told certain things.
That is true.
But you put it on the table and say, okay, we have an understanding of both of our views on it. How do we meet?
Halfway. If not, how can I meet you where you're at?
Or,
it's true.
How can we take what we have?
And then wait, but sometimes, not to cut you off, hold that thought. Sometimes when you meet people where they're at, if they're at 20% and you meet them at 20% and you build them up to that 60, 70, 80%, that's growth.
You got to be willing to put the time in and know the outcome may not ever get to 60. So do you say it was time wasted, or I invested in a person I cared about, and I hope you take that, what I gave you, and do something with it greater?
Yeah. No, that's the thing. Because I think a lot of people, myself included, sometimes I have a hard time with accepting I'm at 20 and someone, friend or partner, they're trying to get me to 50, 60, 70, 80 even.
You have a hard time allowing that person to get you there?
Yeah. Because I'm like, what's in it for you?
What if love?
No, love is the language all day.
No, I'm saying, what if that's what's in it for them is just the love? Like, that's all I'm here for, is just genuine love. Like, I genuinely love you. I want to see you succeed. That's what's in it for me.
No, and honestly, I'm not mad at, if that's your end goal, I'm not mad at that. It's just more so I need to get past the fact of past experiences saying, well, what do you want? The notoriety of knowing me, what I can give you, what I can contribute. That's a thing for a lot of people.
But you can't bring your past experience into the next experience.
No, and I don't. But at the same time, in the back of my mind, why I'm always ready to be like, I'm over it, I'm done with this situation. They, it's just not they, but me. I'm just ready to dispose of the situation because of past experiences. I say I'm not carrying baggage, but that is carrying baggage. But at the same time, I would never make you feel as though I'm carrying said baggage.
That's toxic.
It's weird. It's not toxic. It's
that is
weird.
A toxic thing that you have a baggage, but you're not going to let it. I
don't have the baggage because I'm not going to say, well, my ex, he did this and you're showing me signs. No, it's just more like, hey.
But it's in your head.
It's in the back of my mind, which is in my head.
So
I got a big head.
Noggin. So if you think about it, though,
Mm-hmm.
that is something they're just not presented with. And you're given admission to guilt right now.
Okay, I'm guilty.
I
I'm
know in
just
the back of my
saying-
mind. So you shouldn't present yourself in a situation until you can go in without that thought, regardless of who it is and what they do.
But I also feel as though I give a fresh, clean slate to anyone I get involved with.
Put this in the back of your head.
But in the back of my head, it's like the minute you show me
So
that
it's not-
you on a fucking agenda.
So it's not a
Fuck
fair
you.
chance. Until you're able to say, I am completely rid of this,
Mm-hmm.
your forward will never go in the way that you want it to. Because you're holding on to something they just don't know about.
Maybe I need to focus on myself
That could be a thing too.
to a point. But yeah,
And at least if that's the thing, until you get that cleared, you are going to forever
I
hold
just feel like
something.
the signs let me know what's going on. There's always signs, best friend.
It is.
And
But-
that's where I'm at. It's not like the hard he did this or she did that or whatever. No, it's like the hard boom.
Maybe it's that time to focus on that part of you.
Focus on me.
Yeah, or you have to learn that specific part. So, because it's broad to say focus on me.
Mm-hmm.
People tend to take that and just like, oh, I'm just going to do
Yeah,
things I
that
like.
focus
And-
on me movement, I can't get with it.
But when you say I'm focusing on me, what exactly do I want to focus on? My sobriety brought me to that point.
Mm. That's real.
Corey, I'm going to focus on me. It's time for me. What am I giving myself time from or towards? Like, what am I focusing on though?
Yeah. What are you focusing on?
How I handle
Just being
situations.
Or okay.
How I handle situations. How
Mhm.
I deal with people. Things I allow people to.
So when you say that, you mean like in the sense of, do I not get as angry?
Yeah,
Oh,
I was
okay.
getting angry a lot.
Oh, okay.
So when I sit now, it's like I have to focus on me enough to not let that get to me.
Mm.
I expect people to say this or be this way with certain situations. So now when it comes, I'm like,
Yeah.
okay. Let me step back 10 more steps from you. Instead
Yeah.
of addressing the situation with you and going that route with you. And Lord knows where I would take it. I'm not even going to let that,
No, that's real.
Focusing on my bag. Stepping. If I see something I want it, I'm going to get it. I live
Yeah.
once. Stepping back and being able
Speaking
to.
of, I need some sneakers.
Hey.
My best friend is a sneaker fucking head, and it pisses
To the death
me
of
off.
me, man.
It pisses
I
me
got another
off.
pack in the mail right now coming.
Big D sent it.
Yeah, man. Shout out.
Shout out to Big D. She said she gonna smile on her mugshot just like me.
Ready for it.
I'm here. But go ahead though. You were
But-
saying.
To say I'm gonna focus on my bag. How many people actually take that phrase and break it down to what they're going to do? Some people are like, I'm gonna focus on my bag. They just look at just saving money.
True.
You
They might have $1,000.
You don't have a goal, and I
Mhm.
think that's a big thing. Setting goals
It's true.
when you're actually going through these phases,
True.
so when you hit that point.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm like, okay, not drinking, saving my bag, stop going out as much.
Mm.
What I do with eating out, like I'm cognizant of what I do to save
Big
my
words.
bag. Yeah. But
Yeah.
making your awareness to what you want to do is very important.
Yeah.
So I took a good deal at doing that.
No, it's a real thing.
What I consume.
Mm-hmm.
I stepped into the bag of chips the other day. That was
Uh-oh.
about 70 days without the chips. The Flaming Hots got to me.
All right.
But just knowing that, like, in the moment, like, okay, I'm on this clean or this cleanse.
Yeah.
I went to, like, fruit and peanuts and stuff like that.
You was eating them almonds.
I still got 3 bags on the counter right now. Can't wait. But just that,
Yeah.
having that, awareness to it, like, okay, I'm hungry. I can go grab a bag of chips like that, but
I mean,
nah,
cool. But
let me eat these
the
peanuts.
restraint, the discipline.
Yeah, you got to have it.
Yeah.
So when you set those boundaries
Mhm.
within whatever your cleanse is going to be, or, you You just have a goal. You have something to keep in mind when you're doing these things.
Yeah.
So like I told you, I don't know if I finished earlier. I ordered this soup.
Yeah.
Said I was doing no pork. Ordered chicken. It came pork.
Oh.
Granted, I was on the spot. I had to eat. Took my medicine.
You're on meds.
Well, I was when I had food poison.
Yeah.
And I ended up having to eat the broth. Granted, it had pork in it, but I didn't eat the actual pork in the broth.
True.
So I could have easily ate it. Like, again, it's no reason I'm not eating pork. I know it's not the best
It's
for
a
you.
choice.
But I'm like, in that moment, I could have been like, I've been 70-something days without pork. Let me just eat this real quick.
Right.
But I still, in my mind, was like, no.
Not going to do it.
Eat the broth, threw the pork away.
Aww.
Hard decision in life. But I wanted to tear that goddamn pig up. But, I scrapped it.
No, it's a thing. It's a discipline.
Yeah.
It's a discipline.
So, again, when you say, I'm going to just work on myself,
Yeah.
down to what degree and what level are you going to do it?
This is true. No, you're not wrong. And I'm with you when you're right. What if I told you we weren't recording this whole time?
Man, listen.
No, we've
I'll
been
be
recording.
ready for another one tomorrow.
No, we've been recording. It's cool. I just want to see how you react.
I love talking on the mic. It don't bother me.
I know.
It brings out a different conversation.
And then, too, you told me this is the best way you speak lately.
It makes you think, man. When you had these headphones on and you in real time, and it just really makes you think and evaluate a little bit different.
A little bit.
When you can hear yourself, you actually hear yourself. It's crazy.
Makes you clean up your language. Not me and my cuss words, but you stop cursing since you sober?
Nah, hell no.
Fuck no.
Fuck no. I'm gonna use those words. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
this was good.
It's 2 months left.
How you feel? I'm leaving.
Man, it's real. It's one of those bittersweet moments for real.
For real?
Yeah. You go day in and day out, just easy, accessible, to this person and
Take
this lifestyle.
advantage.
You like, oh yeah. You don't really think about the end point. Not as a whole,
but yeah.
Like, yeah, I ain't gonna be able to wake up and just, I'm pulling up on you, or go to work knowing I'm gonna see you. Yeah, them days coming to an end. But I can say it was real while it's lasted, and it's gonna go forever. But
it is. You ain't
that
got no
nav
choice.
sent life, being at work together. 2022 to 2025 is gonna be talked about. It's one for the books, for real.
This one was historical. I ain't gonna lie.
Went through a lot of shit, man. Ups, downs, left and rights.
And act like everything
Make my
was
asshole
normal.
ache and all.
You good?
I'm always good, but my best friend know how to test my button, boy. I tell you.
do. And I'll do it on purpose. I'm
I
gonna
know.
do it after we hit stop.
I know.
So, like I ask everybody on the show, you feel like this conversation was needed?
Of course.
So
And
this
more.
was needed.
And more.
Oh no, we
It's-
got more because
okay.
we got more. We
Y'all,
we
hey,
even,
the subscribers, hey, check it. It's coming with video. Next one gonna come with video.
yeah,
You gotta have a video.
we got to.
I might,
You gonna put that shit on?
man, I don't know. She spoke on the shoes. I might have to bring some clown boots.
You don't even have no clown boots.
Who don't?
You.
But I got some Doc Martens. They shiny.
Anyway, his Doc Martens are fire.
Man, we keep a little stash, man.
He's just talking shit.
Keep a little stash, man, on the side for him.
I got a question.
Yeah,
Was this needed?
of course, man. It's always needed.
This was needed.
Hell yeah. It's been a lot. Man, we've been talking about this for over a year.
No, we've been talking about this for 2 years.
Yeah.
Since 23. And so before I close out, I turned like there was a camera, but
It still is
somewhere, but not in here. But I legit spoke about how I allow myself to get in my own way.
Mm-hmm.
I got lazy. I didn't bother to learn, and I didn't bother to understand what it took to, be a content creator, podcaster, if that's a word, or rather just take it serious. And then self-esteem. And the shit I've been through. So it was just a lot of shit going on. And I'm trying to get the shit up.
It's gonna go,
You
but
think
it's
so?
only gonna go where you take it. You gotta believe in yourself.
That lump is back in my throat.
You see what you did. Oh, congratulations, Fifth Fleet type Sailor of the Year shit. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the best friend. The best in the Middle East. I can't say best in the West. Best in the Middle East.
It's the Sailor of the Year in the Middle East.
Yeah.
Big one, not the little one.
So that alone should show you
Mm-hmm.
you can go places that you probably didn't ever even imagine.
I still have yet to start the imagining.
Yeah. So, you sit here, watch the anime and want to be in your own space, quote unquote.
I do.
That's time where you can pop that YouTube on and start watching how people got up and going.
Don't call me out.
I'm going to call you out. That's what best friends supposed to do.
Don't at me. Don't
you
at
said
me.
if I'm going to speak on it, at _ Danica. Shit, yeah.
Don't at me. But no.
YouTube is the greatest teacher.
YouTube University is amazing.
I'm trying to tell you. Dr. YouTuber.
Whether it be a mukbang. That's his vice, by the way. His weakness. A mukbang.
Coming with one soon. It was needed.
2 times spicy.
Yeah. So, as much pride as you take in that motherhood shit, you got to do it for yourself as well.
No, definitely. This was needed because it just opened up a different avenue for me to realize that do it. Just do it. Fuck it. Just do it.
You're the only person holding yourself back.
I am. And I said that in my reintroductory.
I know you got a few. Ooh, sorry.
Not that you dropped the phone.
You got a few people right now, I'm sure, that would hop on here
and
have episodes.
So I put it out that I have a podcast going to about 2 people. It's been about, hold on.
If y'all can't, y'all can't see her. If y'all can't see her. She's like the slow kid in school right now.
Not using my fingers to
using
count.
her fingers, and y'all can hear it.
It's about 7-8 people. 7-8 people. And one, I'm so excited for her to come on. Her name is Storytime. Her call sign, Navy, but her call sign is Storytime, and she wants, she's like, let's do it, please. And that topic, I know I'm gonna cry. And
there's nothing wrong with it.
No, we just gonna have a box of tissue on the table.
Again, that's part of growth. It's part of elevation.
Yeah.
Development.
Yeah. No, it's gonna be good. She definitely will contribute. She'll definitely contribute something great.
And I ain't done yet. I still got a story to tell.
Oh no, you have no choice.
We coming with
this is just your introductory.
Yeah, this is the first time on the podcast, man. So more of me to come, y'all. I'm gonna get on y'all nerves with it.
And shout out before he leaves. Shout out to my baby Tori. She created the cover art.
Big dog.
That was her doing. I just literally told her. I don't know if you remember, because that was your days we was drinking.
Oh, I remember.
But I told her, I was like, baby, I need a black girl in her element, brown and neutral tones. And literally within 2 days, she made it happen.
When it come to my baby, man, I don't miss.
She don't miss.
I already know. You feel me?
She don't miss one bit. But shout out to my niecey baby. That's my girl Tori.
We're gonna put her on the podcast too.
Oh, I can't wait. I might have to figure out my pack out for her to be on it. We're gonna have to talk without you here.
When are you leaving exactly?
I'm gonna do my pack out in June.
When?
Mid-June.
So she'll be here
When?
the end of May.
I'll be back.
The weekend. I think we come back on the 29th, that Thursday. So we'll be here that Thursday.
We'll be
last
back.
Thursday.
I'll be back.
Get her in here.
She's here.
It'll be her first time on the podcast.
No, we got shit to talk about. We already spoke. We don't need you in between.
She's gonna be ready for it.
We don't need you in between.
Watch, when you bring up Dad, she's just gonna start smiling. Yeah. That's what we do.
I know, but nah, this was beautiful. I feel like this was great. I'm gonna have to split this.
More to come.
It's 3 episodes.
That's cool.
All right, so y'all, had my best friend.
This here, I'm in the flesh. Big Shug in the
Big
building.
Shug. Welcome to Death Row.
Welcome to Death Row.
Had my best friend on the podcast. Best friend, last question. Was this needed?
You know it was.
So this was needed. I'm your host, Danica. Best friend, Corey, a.k.a. Big Shug.
We in the building with it.
I'm here with you, best friend.
Holla at y'all, man. Hey, comment more episodes y'all want to see or hear about. Subscribe. Let's make this thing pop forward, man.
Thank you.
You already know.
I'll see y'all soon.
All right, man.
Say, man.
Say, man. Holla at y'all, man.